Well, Coach, I've spent 3 nights without any sleep and without any food, and I think I came up with a set of questions that you'll like. So,
Awesome.
here we go. How would you relate your 6,000-mile kayaking trip to being on Survivor?
Um, well, the action, I think it's actually very similar. You know, when I went on that 6,000 mile kayak trip, it was a life changing experience. I was brought down to the depths of despair, and then brought up to the height of jubilation and the joyous success that comes with achievement. But it was up and down for sure. With Survivor, it was all up when I was down there. I mean, I just had a great time in the game, and it was the aftermath that brought me to the depths of despair and really humbled me. I mean, I look back on this experience and think, has it made me a better person? And the answer is yes.
All right, second question. What else did you eat besides beans, and how was your digestive system after the show?
I was very fortunate that before I went on the show, I took a complete colon cleanser because a lot of times down there people don't go to the bathroom. And so I had had a colon cleanser. So actually my digestive down there, I only ate beans and rice. I had hamburger one day, and I had the feast the one day, and other than that, I didn't. I didn't eat anything other than beans and rice, unsalted, unbuttered, unflavored.
Now, how many episodes did you come up with the title, or was a character the title was referring to? Because it seemed like it was every episode, man. It was either about you or about a line that you said.
Wow, you know what? That is a great question. If you had all the titles that you sent to me, I could tell you exactly. But I would
Yeah.
say that it was probably about out of the um, 14 episodes total.
Hmm.
I'd say it was probably about 10 of them were either a quote from me or referencing me.
Yeah. And I'd agree with that too. Could you tell me the story of your blindside at the finale with the lie detector test? And what was the look on Jeff Probst's face when he pulled out that envelope?
Well, that was part of the sweet redemption that I found um, that I found that God blessed me with in the last week. The blind side itself was a beautiful thing. Jeff Probst had asked me to take a lie detector test, and as I was thinking about it, my first reaction was yes, redemption. And as I started praying about it, I started having a bad feeling. Mm, I felt like I needed to do it on my own. And just as I said to Jeff, I wanted to take my reputation in my own hands. I felt like God gave me a peace about everything. I felt like
Hmm.
while it was happening, instead of just jumping out and saying, "No, Jeff, I didn't take yours because I wanted to take my own,"
Hmm.
instead I baited in a little bit and said, "Hey, what good would that prove?" And I just really felt calm and relaxed and poised when I was doing that.
Yeah.
Um, and when I sprung it on him, the best thing was when I came up with, "Hey, all of us have been blindsided. You, my friend, my worthy adversary," that was a reference to all the great tribal sparring that we had back and forth
Yeah.
verbally. And I think he appreciated it. And so the look on his face was amusement, respect. I think he was really proud of me in that moment, actually.
Mhm.
And also, obviously,
Do you
surprise.
think JT would have still taken Steven to the final two if it weren't for your push to play the game with honesty and integrity?
Definitely not. He wanted, and the funny thing is that he would have lost if he had taken Aaron. We talked about it at Ponderosa,
Hmm.
and no question about it. Had he taken Aaron, then nobody would have voted for him. So I think without question, that stamp on the game, you look at all the questions of tribal, and I think I might have mentioned this to you earlier on in one
Hmm.
of our interviews, that you will see the true mark if I change the game will be what are the questions going to be at tribal. The questions are about honesty,
Hmm.
integrity, being noble, and not just questions from me. That was something that I really, really was proud of.
One last question. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but this is a question about your dedication to church because I know uh, you spoke for a whole Survivor Series, and one time you left St. Louis at 4:30 a.m. to drive all the way back through the snow to speak at church. Could you just tell me some more about your faith and dedication to church?
church is important. My faith is important. The reason why I played the game like that, I mean, there's only one reason why a normal man would not want $1 million over his price of integrity, and that would be because he's born again, because he believes in God, and he believes that there's a higher calling for all of us here, and that is to set the best example we can, to try to bring glory to God in everything that we say or do. And I have tried to do that. I'm not always perfect. I've not always done that. But that is what I try to do with my life.